The family dinner table. It is a place where laughter is shared, memories are made, traditions are formed, and of course, recipes are handed down. Hello, I'm Susan Peters. Coming up on the family dinner table, we'll be sharing holiday recipes for what happens after the main course, dessert. Welcome to the holiday edition of the family dinner table.
The family dinner table is made possible in part by the following.
For 100 years and counting, Dillon's has been a brand name backed with a promise. A promise made to our associates, customers, and communities we serve to be there for you, to share a family meal and to feed the human spirit. We thank you for your support and the wonderful times we have shared. We all have our special memories when we hear the words, "That's my Dillon's."
Offering more than 60 brands to choose from, refrigeration, dishwashers, cooking and laundry, to outdoor appliances and grills, Metro Appliances and More has something for every need and every budget. In store or online, Metro Appliances and More.
The Spice Merchant since 1980, Wichita's original gourmet coffee roaster. Coffee and tea from around the world. Enjoy our full line of functional and fun accessories. Located 4 blocks east of Washington on Douglas.
McClelland is a proud sponsor of PBS Kansas, specializing in theater quality audio and video, cinematic lighting, smart home integration, and seamless surveillance, all in the comfort of your home. More information can be found at macsound.com. The Culinary Arts program at Butler Community College, where foods of the world, cooking techniques, and exceptional learning create 100% job placement rates for students. Changing lives through cooking. More at butlercc.edu. ABC Fine Wines and Spirits offers a unique winery experience, sophisticated and complex bourbons, and a wide variety of beers. More information at abcdiscountliquor.com.
Hello, I'm Susan Peters. Welcome to the family dinner table. You know, holiday meals are at the family table. They're very, very important. It is the main course, after all, but desserts are the food everyone tries to save a little room for, and they can be the highlight of any holiday meal. And that's why today we have not one, but 2 holiday dessert recipes to share with you today. And both of these recipes came from a long time ago, so there's a lot of tradition behind them. My first guest for the first holiday dessert is my good friend, Judy Hatteberg, retired teacher of over 30 years, right?
That's right.
Kindergarten and first
Through
grade.
second. Mm-hmm.
And if you recognize her last name, yes, you recognize it. Larry Hatteberg's wife, the former teacher.
Right.
But she has a story to tell about her pumpkin pie recipe that came from your grandmother.
My grandmother.
Tell me about what's your grandmother's name and when did she cook it? What did she run in Abilene, Kansas?
Okay, she had a boarding house.
Grandma Esther Wyant.
Grandma Esther Wyant had a boarding house, and they boarded several men off and on. They had an extra bedroom upstairs. It was a way for them to make money.
Yeah,
and
they came in to harvest and stuff like. The men came in to harvest on the farm
and to work different places.
And she had a boarding house.
And she was known for her pies and her cooking. She was great.
At the boarding house.
Yes, and she ran this boarding house from the 20s to probably mid 30s. So my mother grew up helping her. And so then she ended up, we have the recipe, and she would make the same pumpkin pie for our Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner.
And Christmas.
And then my daughter, my oldest daughter, Sherry, took that up, and now she makes it.
She makes it every Thanksgiving and every Christmas.
Yes.
And you said it's the only pie that Larry will eat?
Well, yeah.
The only pumpkin pie.
He wants that kind of pumpkin pie.
He wants your old, can you imagine? Okay, this recipe came from the 1920s, a boarding house on a farm in Abilene, Kansas. This is Judy's grandmother's recipe book, cookbook.
It's my mother's recipe.
Your mother.
My mother's cookbook.
Cookbook, okay.
But she wrote in the extra.
And here is the pumpkin pie recipe. And the reason we're telling you about this is because there's a secret ingredient that we're going to tell you about later on that makes Grandma Esther's pumpkin pie better than any other pumpkin pie.
Another thing that makes it special is just seeing my mother's handwriting.
Isn't that neat?
Instead of typewriting, you know.
Exactly, your mother's handwriting.
Yeah,
and
makes it
we'll have
special.
this recipe in your mother's handwriting on our website, kpts.org, so don't worry about that. And we'll have the secret ingredient in there too. So we're gonna cook some history. We're gonna bake some history with Judy Hatterberg. Let's get cooking. So here we are. I am so excited for this recipe with Larry Hatterberg's wife, Judy Hatterberg, because it is your grandmother's recipe from the 1920s. We talked about it over there.
Right.
So here we're gonna make Grandma Esther's pumpkin pie from the early 20s and 30s. And we're gonna tell you the secret ingredient. So
That's
what do we
right.
do first? Here, Judy.
Let's put the big can of pumpkin.
The can of pumpkin. So it's just a regular can of pumpkin that you buy at the store.
Canned pumpkin.
I bet your grandmother used to get a real pumpkin and cook
I'm
it
not
up and
sure.
mash it up.
I'm not sure what she did.
Because the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of pumpkin. Did you know that? But we changed it to a can.
Okay.
So she probably measured out 1.5 cups of pumpkin.
She could.
And then we're gonna put 3
beaten eggs.
Gotta beat the eggs a little bit.
Yes.
If you've noticed, Judy, Mrs. Hatterberg, is gonna mix the whole thing with her spoon.
That's
how
right.
she makes the pumpkin pie.
Because my mixer broke. So
Your mixer broke, and this works.
Yes.
That's the old-fashioned way of doing it too.
I don't bake a lot, so.
Yeah, I know, but
And anyway, it takes up too much
today.
space.
So look, I mean, it's the
It's pretty
old-fashioned way.
easy.
I'm sure Grandma Esther did it that way
Oh,
too,
sure.
don't you think?
I think she did.
Okay,
yes.
then let's put 1/2 cup of sugar goes into this pumpkin
Right,
pie.
yes.
There we
we
go.
go.
And 2 tablespoons of flour goes
All
into this
right.
pumpkin pie. You just keep on
And
stirring.
don't forget this magic.
No, the secret ingredient. We're
Yes.
not going to forget it. But first, we're going to put in the 2 teaspoons of cinnamon.
Yes.
The secret
it's a very
ingredient
easy.
comes in last.
It's an easy recipe.
Judy, I'm so impressed. This is so easy.
It is easy.
And it's
It
so authentic.
And it's so good.
And it's so good. And it's so authentic.
And there's no preservatives either. Like
listen to Judy,
what
no
they put in.
preservatives.
Yes,
That's because it's so old-fashioned and wonderful.
that's right.
2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Now, if you want to put more, some people like a lot of cinnamon in
Sure,
their pumpkin pie,
sure,
right?
yeah.
Okay, just a second here, Judy.
And you can even cut down on the sugar.
You can,
Yes,
because of the secret ingredient that's coming
Yes.
up, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's do
This was originated in the 1920s before they were worried about sugar.
Okay, so 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm sorry, ginger.
Ginger.
We just put 2 teaspoons of cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna put 1/2 teaspoon of ginger.
All right.
There you go.
Good.
Keep on stirring. And then a whole cup of regular milk, not evaporated milk.
That's
Like
right.
they use now. And I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know why they use the can of evaporated milk now, but we're using regular
milk.
whole milk. See, it's all pure and wholesome.
That's
don't
right.
You know?
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes. What else?
Okay, keep on stirring. Now, the
Okay.
secret ingredient. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, but are we going to say what it is?
Yeah, Judy, what is this?
Oh, we are going to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna. We
Okay.
have to tell people. Can we give away Grandma Esther's
Yes.
secret ingredient?
Dark Cairo syrup.
There you go.
That's-
dark Cairo syrup.
That's right.
I mean, this makes. I've never heard of putting dark Cairo syrup in a pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
What's this make it taste
I
like?
think it makes it richer and more, I don't know, prettier at the end.
And browner.
Yeah, I
Right?
think
Doesn't
that's
it look
it.
more brown at the end? Right.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it's more. I know there's another word for richer I'm thinking of. It's not mapley but it's sweeter and
It's
just
very-
better.
definitely sweeter.
Yeah, definitely sweeter. Okay, now tell me about your daughter.
My daughter Sherry loves to make this pumpkin pie, and it's the only pie that Larry will eat.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
So she makes like 2 or 3 pumpkin pies at Thanksgiving and 2 or 3 pumpkin pies at Christmas.
So you make it at Christmas too?
Yes.
Yeah. And
we
so
make it
this
all
is-
the time.
I mean, what would Thanksgiving and Christmas
I
be at
know.
your house without
Yes.
Grandma
And
Esther's
it's fun.
pumpkin pie?
It's fun.
From the 1920s. Now, Judy and I cheated. We did not make our own crust.
No.
I buy store-bought crust. I'm cheating, and so
So?
does Judy.
That's
okay?
right.
But it still makes for a wonderful old-fashioned pie. Don't
That's
you
right.
think?
Oh, yeah.
You can make your own crust if you want. But I feel as if the time you spend on making the crust, this tastes just as good.
It
so
does.
then we're gonna pour that in there, Judy.
Okay.
Can you do that without spilling? Here, I'll hold the spoon
Okay.
here.
Let's see here.
Wow, it makes a lot.
Yeah, it makes
Whoa,
a
it makes a
9-inch
full
pie.
pie.
It makes a 9-inch pie.
So now it's time to put the pie in the oven. So what do we put the pie on Judy? How do we do that? What temperature?
Okay,
425?
you turn it at 400 for
She's cheating, looking at the grandma's recipe.
for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you turn it down to 375 for another 40 to 50 minutes.
And then the last 10 to
Minute.
15 minutes, you say you put aluminum foil
Yeah.
on. But very loosely.
Yes.
Because
Well,
you don't want it to crunch
yeah.
the crust.
Yeah, we just don't, we want the crust to not get brown.
Not get burned.
Right.
And that's why the aluminum foil goes on. The whole recipe will be on kpps.org, so don't worry. Okay, so when it's done, it comes out like this, like magic.
Yes.
Okay,
Here,
now
I'll take this up.
take the aluminum foil off. Now it's
Yeah.
loose because we want it loose.
Yes.
Because we don't want it hurting the crust. But there we go.
Beautiful.
So now we get to taste it.
Good.
You want to eat it?
I do.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are for Grandma Esther Wyant's famous pumpkin pie. Now, I whip my own whipped cream. You don't have to do that, but it does taste better. And it doesn't take long, does it? Do you whip your own whipped cream?
I've done it twice.
You have? Twice there. Well, there you go. It only takes a few minutes, but it tastes a lot
Yeah.
better. Okay, here we go. We're gonna
Oh, yeah,
taste
this-
with the secret ingredient, the Cairo brown sugar.
Yes,
Or brown syrup.
this is great. This
So
is really
much
great.
richer. Oh my gosh.
It really is pretty
It
good.
is so much. Isn't it good?
Yes, it's
Judy
delicious.
likes her own pie.
I like it.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
With her, that brown syrup adds so much richness.
Yes. So that's what we do.
Is that what you do? Do you have tears in your eyes because it's
No.
your grandma's recipe?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm just happy.
Oh, you see, you're happy. The family dinner table is all about
Yes.
tradition, and Judy's going to tell us a little bit about your
Well,
Thanksgiving traditions
yeah.
and Christmas
Me
traditions.
being a
Just-
teacher, I'm all into having the children, the grandchildren, help with
right.
the dinner and the decorations.
So they
then
help-
my little grandchild was 4 or 5, and they would write the name tags here.
See the name
place-
tags? And she just happens to have a Susan, or her daughter's
Yeah.
name is Susan too.
And I've kept them because I like to see how the kids used to write.
Right, and you
And
put
then-
them out every year?
Yeah,
And
we
what,
do.
What a
Once-
tradition. Okay, there's
And
Judy.
then
and then
also-
what else do you do? Because
Okay.
you can do this at Thanksgiving or Christmas, okay?
Yeah.
I think for sure you can do it at your Christmas table.
This
Go
is
ahead.
just about when anybody comes to our house for Thanksgiving dinner, we give them a blank card, and the kids do this, my grandchildren, and they we tell them to write down what they're thankful for. Very
One thing.
simple, yeah. And so they would write these things, and so I've got something from
and
2011.
then they would read all the cards and
Yes.
guess who wrote that particular
And then
grateful message.
we had to- okay, I
Just
am-
read me a couple of them.
I am thankful for Star Wars and tomatoes and carrots and my glasses and for life. That was from, I think Zach wrote that.
Zach wrote that when he
And
was a
then
young man.
this one says, I'm thankful for my family, for modern conveniences like indoor toilets, and for coffee.
So all kinds of things. Can you imagine? This is something you should start at your family dinner table, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, whatever, writing down what you're thankful for because it
Yeah.
really does help.
And Larry has to. I
Oh,
have to
Larry
read
wrote
that.
one too? Okay.
Oh, he does it. I am thankful for when Starbucks is open when my family is around, and I'm thankful for snails, skunks, and indoor toilets with soft toilet paper.
Soft toilet paper. Now you know Larry's secret.
And then
okay.
I'm more serious.
Okay, what do you
For this Thanksgiving Day, I'm thankful. For this moment, for this time today. You know, I'm more serious.
I love that. And that's what we're thankful for today. This
Yes.
time today with Judy Hatterberg and her incredible pumpkin pie, but more importantly, her grandmother, her great-grandmother, and her family's traditions around the family dinner table. That's
right.
what it's all about.
It is.
So, cheers to
Cheers.
you and the Wyatt and Hatterberg family.
Thank you very much. And you and your family.
Thank you very much. And speaking of me and my family, when we come back, or I'm gonna head over to the kitchen again right now, because my daughter, Nikki, and I are gonna bake my mother's famous Christmas Italian dessert that she made every Christmas. We'll see you in the kitchen. Okay, baking an Italian tradition, and I'm so excited to have my daughter here, Nicole Rose Snyder. Now her middle name is Rose because she's named after her Italian grandmother, or great-grandmother, my grandmother Rose. And Grandmother Rose made these every single Christmas and passed it on to your grandma.
My grandma.
Do you remember her making these every single Christmas?
Every Christmas, I remember her making them.
And okay, so they're called pizzelle. What are they called?
Pizzalas.
There you go. Okay, she's marrying an Italian this May, so she's got to learn how to say pizzala. She's got to learn how to make them too.
I'm gonna learn how to make them.
You're gonna learn how to make them.
Yeah.
Okay, so first we take 6 eggs and we beat them lightly. You better hold the bowl, honey. Hold that bowl. And this is, if you want, that's a pizzala iron. You have to buy the iron special in order to make the pizzalas. But it's not that expensive, about 30 bucks. That's plenty, honey.
This is pretty
Mine too.
cool.
Isn't that cool? You've never
I'm
used
gonna
one of
put
those.
this on my registry.
Your wedding registry?
Yeah.
Maybe someone out there will get one for you. All right, let's put the eggs in the, let's see.
bowl.
Just hold that over this bowl, honey. There we go. Eggs in the big bowl. Okay, so you take 6 beaten eggs and you push that aside way over there. Okay, and then we've melted a whole cup of butter, so 2 sticks of butter. And there we go, 2 sticks of butter melted. Here, put that aside over there, honey. There you go. And then we're gonna put in a 1.5 cups of sugar. 1.5 cups of sugar.
That's a lot of sugar.
Isn't that a lot of sugar? I know, and they don't even taste that sweet. I'm gonna mix this up real quick. Okay, after we mix the butter and the sugar, thank you. Go ahead and put in that flour. 3.5 cups of, excuse me, regular flour. Mix it. Okay, now put in the 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Go ahead and put that in. 4 teaspoons baking powder. We have 1 fluid ounce of almond extract. Now, regular Italians make it with anise. Those are legitimate Italians.
Scott's Nani used to make it with.
Scott, you used to make it with anise?
Scott's Nani used to make it with anise.
Yeah. Anise tastes like black licorice. You can buy anise flavoring at the grocery store. But my mother used to use almond instead of anise because we didn't like anise that much.
I don't like it very much.
And then I add a 1/2 tablespoon of whiskey.
Can I take it?
Sure. You cannot drink that whiskey, no. All right, just gonna mix it up real quick. So you don't have to beat it for very long. Just so it's mixed together, and it will be like a paste. It'll be pasty. It won't be like a regular cookie batter. See, it's very pasty. And then we come over, see how simple this is? We come over to the pizzala maker. Now, what I've done with the pizzala maker, you can either spray it with cooking oil, or Nikki took some regular oil with a paper towel and just put it all over. Now, you only have to put it on once. You don't have to put it between every single pizzala that you make. Okay, so what we're gonna do, Nikki, we're gonna take this tablespoon, not quite a tablespoon, teaspoon to a tablespoon, and put it in the middle, the center. And I'm gonna turn this around after we do it, yes. But right in the center there. There you go. There you go. And there's another one. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, now
Want to turn around?
Yeah, let's turn that around and show them. This is a pizzala maker. It looks like a waffle iron, but it's not. You cannot use a waffle iron to make pizzalas. All you do, this is so simple. We were making a little one and a big one, okay? This one will probably overflow, but that's all right. You close this, and you count to,
How much?
well, it says 40 seconds, but I like to leave it in for like a minute to a minute and 30 seconds. But you gotta kind of test it and see what's working and what's not. So we'll be back in a few seconds with the finished pizzala. All right, so after about a minute, sometimes some pizzala makers are 30 to 40 seconds, some are even more. Look at how these pizzalas come out. Now this one, ouch!
Be careful.
This one's nearly perfect. And they come out just like that. You wanna take that one out, honey?
Yeah.
We'll make the other ones a little bit bigger. Now, as she's getting that out, I want to talk about what we used to do as kids was we'd go to midnight mass, we'd sing songs before midnight mass, we would have some nice lasagna on Christmas Eve, and then we would read from the Bible, sing songs, go to bed, wait for Santa Claus. But now my kids are used to a different tradition on Christmas Eve.
We don't go to midnight mass.
No, there is no midnight mass, or else we would. We go to mass.
Oh, I think there is.
Oh, there is a midnight mass? Oh, shoot. Okay, maybe we should start going to midnight mass. We go to mass.
Mm-hmm. We go to mass, and
Usually at 5:30ish. Yeah, we go to church.
We eat hors d'oeuvres, like little finger foods, and then we open our matching pajamas.
And then we take picture after picture
Yep.
after picture.
Lots of pictures.
Lots of pictures. And different pajamas every Christmas Eve. That's their first Christmas gift of the year.
I love my pajamas.
Do you?
Yeah. And now, Scott, my fiance, loves his pajamas too.
That's right. We
Yep.
bought some for Scott. It's going to be a tradition.
Yep.
And that tradition will be passed on. Now, go ahead and open and take out those pizzalas. See, they only take about a minute each. So really, you're only baking these pizzalas, I don't know, half an hour, because you'll bake about 30 to 60 cookies. And it's a very, very easy. Now, if you want, you can put a little cinnamon sugar on top, or my grandmother also used to put them into a bowl, right, hot off the griddle. Put them in a little bowl so they're shaped like a waffle cone.
And then put what in them? What do
You
in
put
them?
cherry pie filling in them.
Oh,
With
like
whipped cream on top. So you can make them a lot sweeter. But traditional Italian, you just make them this way and you dip them in your coffee and you have them for dessert. We would not go for one Christmas without the pizzala. We wouldn't, would we?
We would
And
not.
now that you're marrying an Italian man, you have to continue the pizzala tradition.
His mom makes pizzalas too.
His mother makes pizzalas? See? All Italian mothers do, like us. Okay. So, here's the pizzalas. We're gonna make a bunch of them, and then we're gonna join you to taste them at the family dinner table. So here we are, ready to taste the pizzalas, even though Nikki and I know what they taste like. We've had them every year, every Christmas, right, Nikki? They're not, while we're tasting it, I wanna explain to people that Italian cookies aren't as sweet as other cookies, American cookies, because Italian cookies are a lot of times just used for dunking in your coffee or in your milk. So anyway, looks like a waffle, so much fun to eat. Take a big old bite, Nikki.
Good.
What do you think of that, Nikki? How'd we
Very
do?
good.
Did we do all right?
I like the burnt ones better.
Oh, see, my husband likes the burnt ones, my daughter likes the burnt ones, so if you want, very easy to burn a couple of these. But this is a tradition around our Christmas family dinner table. But Nikki, what other traditions did we have with Grandma and Grandpa?
We would sing Christmas carols. Grandma would make Liverwurst pate for
Liver
Dad.
pate. Mm-hmm.
Is it liverwurst or
Liver pate.
Liver
Yeah,
pate.
liverwurst pate. Mm-hmm. And Grandpa would read from the Bible.
Oh yeah, Grandpa would read from the Bible.
And then we would open presents and then eat dessert after we open presents. But these kind of traditions, Uncle Dave makes these now. My brother makes these now. That my mother's in heaven. Uncle Dave makes them now. But I make them with almond extract rather than anise.
I like the.
Which one do you like better,
I
Nikki?
like almond better.
You like the almond extract better? The anise kind of tastes like black licorice, right? Right. And a lot of people don't like that. So I use the almond extract. And this we would not do without our dessert table at the family dinner table. These are just like the center of it all. We want to remind you as you gather around this Christmas and you toast to good health and the future and just being together, especially this Christmas. Have your family come together around the dinner table, because when families come together around the dinner table, families come together. So you can say Merry Christmas, and I'm going to say it in Italian, okay?
Okay.
All right. Buon
Merry
Natale.
Christmas.
Family Dinner Table is made possible in part by the following.
For 100 years and counting, Dillon's has been a brand name backed with a promise. A promise made to our associates, customers, and communities we serve to be there for you, to share a family meal, and to feed the human spirit. We thank you for your support and the wonderful times we have shared. We all have our special memories when we hear the words, "That's my Dillon's."
Offering more than 60 brands to choose from, refrigeration, dishwashers, cooking and laundry, to outdoor appliances and grills, Metro Appliances and More has something for every need and every budget. In store or online, Metro Appliances and More.
Coffee, tea, and spices from around the world. Always unique, always the Spice Merchant. Located in the original 1908 Mentholatum building, just 4 blocks east of Washington on Douglas.
McClelland is a proud sponsor of PBS Kansas, specializing in design and installation of audio, video, lighting, and control systems specific to your commercial needs. More at macsound.com. The Culinary Arts program at Butler Community College, where foods of the world, cooking techniques, and exceptional learning create 100% job placement rates for students. Changing lives through cooking. More at butlercc.edu. ABC Fine Wines and Spirits offers a unique winery experience, sophisticated and complex bourbons, and a wide variety of beers. More information at abcdiscountliquor.com.